Today, as you watch me speaking, be it on a mobile phone, laptop, or a TV, there's one thing that we all need to understand is we are privileged. This is because less than 50% of India has access to internet. More than 800 million people, that is about I think 60% of this nation's population, is living below the poverty line. Now, even after having all the basic facilities where you aren't really need to think about if you will be able to get the next meal of the day or not, I believe that people are not really making the best use of it. So whenever I ask them this one particular question, that do you think you can become Virat Kohli, Anushka Sharma, Barack Obama, Shashi Tharoor, or maybe Ronaldo in whatever field you want to pursue, most of them most of them either say no or choose not to answer it. So I think it's funny and sad at the same time when they give, I know a lot of people coming to me and giving me excuses like, oh Yugansh, I don't have the right resources, oh Yugansh, I don't have the enough money to start something, or maybe my family don't support me. And these kind of people can give you billion excuses. See, listen, I don't know who you are, where you come from, who your father or mother is, but there's one thing I can definitely tell you today, that whatever you want to become, you can become for sure. You can for sure be in the top few percentages of that particular industry. There's a belief and faith you need to have in yourself. I'm not a motivational guru. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm Yugansh Chokra. I'm 21 years old. I started my first company when I was too young to do that. I went on international solo trips when I was too young to do that. And here you are listening to me on this TEDx platform. And as I speak, I still think I'm not ready for it. Because in my opinion, because I feel there will never be a right time for any right thing to do. You just have to do it in a particular moment. Most of my life, the opportunities I got, or I should say the opportunities I snatched, I was never ready for them. I'll give you a quick brief about my journey. So I started my journey long time back when I had no clue about my life. I started my first company in 2014. I was in school, probably in 10th standard. Yes, in 10th standard. And I had this dream that I want to do something of my own. So I built a website, I created a Facebook page, and that's it. That was the launch of my first company. I asked a friend of mine to create an introduction video, and as far as I remember, he used there's something called Windows Movie Maker that time. So I guess, and there's just me who shared the post. Now, before even picking up, it failed. No one was checking it out. Even the graph you see, most of the time it's either me or my family checking the website to see exactly what is happening. Then I thought, I'm good at website development, so let me start my own agency. I created another website, launched it on Facebook again. I had no strategies, no distribution network, and again with almost no clue on how to find customers. Again, it almost failed. So it was a one-man army with zero clue about business. I thought this is not how it's going to work. So I decided to take a break. I started writing cold messages on Facebook to entrepreneurs and got a chance to work with a few of them. So I started learning how this industry works, and not particularly industry, but I started learning how this startup ecosystem works, how you start your own company, how to lead a team. So from writing content to creating a distribution channel to generating traffic to selling ad spaces on website, I started doing everything. My first ever income, or I should say the company's revenue, was 1,000 Indian rupees. Now, instead of focusing on how to get more people viewing or reading my blog, I focused on write micro goals. I focused on how to write content that people would love to read. How to convert these visitors into subscribers. How can I make my landing page better? How can I collaborate with other bloggers? Because by this time, I started understanding that if I get these things right, I'll eventually have more and more people coming and reading my blog. So now these micro goals helped me achieve my ultimate goal of getting more and more readers. So these micro goals helped me reach the stage where I got Rising Star Blogger of the Year 2016 award. It was the first time I was speaking in a conference hall. I was super nervous at that time. I remember exactly, it was 5th August 2016. That was also the first day of my college, and I had to miss that so that I can attend this particular event. Now, then after this, I started a full-fledged registered company. This was the first time I became a director of the company legally, and we also started getting some traction. And finally, we were able to get on the right track. I had no experience of leading a team. What do you expect from a boy who just graduated, who not even graduated, but I should say who just finished his school? So I have never been a monitor of my class in my entire school life. Still, I was able to lead a team of 30 people. So now, from working in college library to scaling it up and hiring interns across the world, our team was a very diverse team at that time. We had people from India, Pakistan, Singapore. We had people from African countries, from America, from a few more South Asian countries, and also from Europe. Now, and then we got into one of the finest incubators in the United States. So by this time, I was finally able to fulfill my dream of doing something on my own. The another dream of mine was to travel. I always wanted to travel abroad, but I'm sure every one of you realize here that traveling to abroad can be a really big deal. It can be a real expensive affair for a middle class family, right? So I wanted to visit at least once. Then I saw some people going for internships and different programs in my college. So there's someone inside me who always pushes me, and this person again said that if they can do it, you can do it too. So I started hunting such people and opportunities. Back then it was kind of my full-time task during the day. So what I used to do is I used to find such opportunities, such programs, and just apply. This was my daily routine. But if I ask you to make a guess, every one of you can guess it correctly that every company, every individual, every organization rejected me. And the thought which was initiated in 2016, I was finally able to see some hope in 2018. The first country I went to was France. Now things started working for me, and so far I have been to 10 countries either on scholarship or funded. I have got 100% scholarships from multiple organizations. Now what we need to understand here is Rome wasn't built in a day. Elon Musk didn't build Tesla in a day. Beyonce didn't become Beyonce in a day. Dhirubhai Ambani didn't build Reliance in a day. The first step to building a life that you always wanted to live is you don't stop. That's not even an option. You take any example from elections to getting a gold medal in the Olympics, the student who scores highest in the class to the guy who creates maybe the best painting. There's one thing common: they never stop. They are very consistent with their efforts. Like, have you ever seen a class topper who says कि यार इस बार नहीं अगली बार टॉप करेंगे, अगली बार पढ़ लेंगे? Like, I haven't seen a topper like this. They had this inner feeling, and this is one of the most important feeling you should be having, that whatever you want to do, like if I give you an example of topper, they have this feeling that marks कम नहीं आने चाहिए यार, इस बार भी मेरे को टॉप कर रहे हैं. That feeling has to be there, right? And the second rule is you don't focus on the ultimate goal, but it should be there in your subconscious mind. Now what do I mean by this is, like, if I give you another example, so can you reach the top of a building by just focusing on last step? You certainly can't, right? You need to focus on the next step, and every step you take, that will take you closer to your ultimate goal. If I ask you, how many of you know how Qutub Minar was built? Or if I ask you how Burj Khalifa was built, you might be knowing the story behind it, but it was built brick by brick, one brick at a time. No one starts with making a lot of money. No one starts with 100,000 followers. The people you look up to today, they also had limited resources. You take a name of any celebrity, most of them had limited resources. The most important part is that they never stopped. So what you need to understand is you need to get the right mindset. When you will have that, you would not only transform you, you'd transform the world around you. You and I all are here to contribute something. There's a reason why you are on this planet, why I am on this planet. There's a reason you are watching me today. There's a reason you decided to stick to this talk. There's a reason why I'm speaking for the last 8, 10, 15, whatever minutes. Accept the fact that you are valuable and also start valuing things around you. You should know who you are, understand how can you apply yourself in the world to uplift yourself, and when you do that, you also try to uplift people around you. Now, before I end this talk, I really want you to do something for yourself. Tonight, when you go to the bed, before sleeping, take a moment to think about who you really are and how can you help people around you with the skills you have. And trust me on this, when you start doing it, this can make a massive difference. A difference beyond our imagination. Thank you so much.